YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal, all of you ugly motherfuckers? What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what, I'm out?
All right. Yeah, so I was about to say this is where we asked the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah. Cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're not giving a pass or nothing like that.
There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You lose respect to yourself.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like, so is it cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first. I would leave you first.
You such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman. Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
So you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, cause what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So like, do the whole time you just like, oh no, this cool. This ain't. We just chilling. She just want to rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, okay. Oh, all right. You ain't got to kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
If she pulls them down.
This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, yeah, this is the moment.
Just said, bro. I'm like, I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours.
I had to go get my bro,
that's
right?
The moment, yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's like the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my d. I didn't ask for it.
I don't say the words.
It's like, no. I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me. Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in. And he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings, and I'll beat your motherfucking ass.
Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he look like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shades. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, "Oh, Bernard,
him, you slut." But no,
he about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you gonna hear bitch. What is the deal? All of you
ugly mother. Nah, I ain't gonna say it now, but hey, this should be talk. You know who this is. This is Lily. I am the host of the show. I am the joint smoking, black toting, bad MO that you see in front of you. I am also with the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles. The incomparable. I haven't said that in a while. The incomparable. The unmovable. The 6 foot of do gooder. The if you knew better, you'd do better. Let's give a round of applause for my dog, my cousin, my co-host, Lindsay.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh yeah. And again, this is the ish that we talk. We got all the pleasantries out the way, but I always want to give a shout out to TikTok. TikTok, we are trying to go live. So if you are on here and if you want to get an invite, jump on. You can get into the ish that we talk. We're gonna talk a bunch of stuff today, but just get in. Don't come in and be like, "Hey, I'm only here for Afro beats," because you need to know what we're talking about first. Saying like, you know, just please, just do that. Don't just jump in because you want to jump in. Um, and a big shout out to Twitch. Twitch, I haven't heard from y'all from a minute, man. Which y'all don't love me no more. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back. And my Jeezy voice, bring it back.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, how's your health? How's your wealth? What's going on with you, Lindsay, my dog?
Oh, nothing much. You know, just out here going to Cowboy Carter tours. Little stuff. Little
You
stuff.
know, stunting on them, stunting.
So, how are you?
I can't complain. You know, I am still in the city because I am a part of the poor community. Um, we don't we don't go see Cowboy Carter live. You know, we listen to the music and we put on cowboy hats and we act like we're there. Um, that's why I keep telling y'all, man, like and subscribe, man. So um, we can make this a living and eventually we'll make enough money so um, my people can see Cowboy Carter because I'm pretty sure my girl is a fan, but my girl ain't the fan with the funds, you know.
Mm, man.
You know, it is what it is. We gonna keep it rocking. We gonna keep it rocking.
Honestly, it wasn't like I was on the floor. I ain't even going front. We was high, but to be truthful, like there wasn't a bad seat in the house. Like when she uh, designs her sets, she makes sure that everybody got a good seat.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, and this is my fifth Beyonce concert. So yeah,
That is true. You've been
yeah,
going to.
I'm a fan.
You are a fan. You are a part of the Beehive.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely a fan. Um, and it was dope. It was dope. It was at the Mercedes Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, and that's where the Falcons play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't going there for no Falcons game.
Huh, huh, huh.
And this is my first time down here since '08, and I went to school down here. So today I was going to meet my cousin to eat, and we drove past my old dorm. And so when we was driving up on it, I was like, oh. Then I got to looking at the signs, and I'm like, wait a second. That's not Georgia State signs. They sold the dorms to Georgia Tech.
Mm,
So I'm like, what? Like, why ain't nobody told me?
right.
You
Wait
know?
a minute.
Right.
Who are you?
Right. So coming back, I text my old roommate and I was like, why you ain't tell me they sold the dorms to Georgia Tech? And she said, "Girl, Tech been owning them for at least a decade now."
Oh shit. Mm.
I was like, "Oh well, shit. All right."
So, because I have no idea. Is Georgia State and Georgia Tech close?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So, the way that it is, downtown Atlanta is huge. You got like the downtown, and then you got like the outskirts of downtown. And so Georgia Tech is like on the outskirts of downtown, but Georgia State is like spread out through downtown. And
Okay.
so when they had the 96 Olympics, they built these dorms. It was like four different, excuse me, it was four different buildings, and they're humongous buildings, but they built the buildings for the 96 Olympics. And so after they built the buildings, of course they didn't need them no more after the Olympics, so Georgia State bought them for their dorms. And
God.
but they're right next to Georgia Tech. So in order for us to go to school, we would have to get on the train and go to downtown and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. But it was in walking distance to Georgia Tech. So I was like, when when she said that or whatever, I was like, I mean, it makes sense for Georgia Tech to have the dorms. It's just the fact that it was Georgia State dorms, and that's where I stayed, and it's no longer Georgia State's. So, and then on top of that, um, because Georgia State was a commuting school. So they had a whole lot of people that went there, but the majority of the people live all over the greater Atlanta. So they had places where you can go and park and then ride the Georgia State bus to go, and it would have Georgia State bus stops throughout downtown for the buildings and stuff. And
Okay.
you would park at well, my second semester I didn't stay in my dorms. I stayed out in Douglasville. So I drove to Turner Field where the Braves played, and we would park there and then get on the bus and go to school. So now the Braves play in Marietta, Georgia, and Georgia State bought the old Turner Field. So now Georgia State baseball team plays there.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a lot of changes since I've been down here last. I figured they added a traffic light or two, and yeah.
No, and with me saying that, it shows how much that I wasn't like the world said that you're not going to college, because I went on a college tour and when I was in school, and when we did go to Atlanta, I just just to be quite fair, I went down there with 2 ounces of weed, and I was high the whole time. I didn't put a goddamn thing. Because I should have known that. I should have known that they were, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you said, I should have known. I didn't know shit. I was looking at bitches and I was getting high. The only thing I remember when I went to Atlanta and doing that college tour was it was an older lady who was giving us that tour, and she was saying she was also a student. And she had the biggest booty I ever seen in my life. And I was like,
Wow.
God damn. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know what I know. We were going to our college tour was HBCU college tour, uh,
Okay.
and I don't even remember what college we went to. I just remember I was just like what?
Well, they have several HBCUs down here. Georgia State ain't one of them. Georgia State's a state school. What is it? WPI.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but the HBCUs is Morehouse, Spelman, Morris Brown, Clark. Yeah, those are the HBCUs.
yeah. We went. Yeah, we went and seen all them, and I just remember that. I do remember that lady. Because I was just like, I know she getting hit by these young dudes. Because her man,
Lord have mercy.
I would have risked it off. That lady she was fine, and she had a big old booty.
Wow.
I'm talking about stupid big booty. My mentor at the time, his name is Tilo. Shout out to Tilo. Me and Tilo both kept looking at each other, and he had this smile on his face. He's like, "Yeah, little nigga, you were staring hard." Because I'm like, "Yeah, like nigga."
Yeah.
And
Just
I went
didn't
to the
know.
underground, and then after that, I'll never forget because I went to the underground, and and so this was 2000, so I graduated early, so I went with my senior class. So this is when Outkast is hot, and I seen a big boy in the underground buying shoes, and that nigga was
Mm.
buying shoes.
Right, right.
Like it wouldn't know, hey, I'm getting a pair. Like this nigga was buying shoes.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. I remember there was this shoe store that was in downtown Atlanta. And I remember seeing Bo Hagen in there buying shoes. You remember Bo Hagen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the only time I saw somebody buying shoes.
I
Was
was
in.
like, what? Yeah, it was crazy because they
Mhm.
was like, the people that brought us down there, they was like, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of celebrities because black celebrities because back then that's when they used to call it the Black Mecca.
Mhm.
I didn't see no celebrity, and I was like, this some bullshit. And then I literally just turned around and seen this nigga buying 1,000 pair of shoes.
Right, right.
And I was like, oh shit. And I wanted to walk over there, but no, that nigga got security.
Oh yeah.
Like, not
Still
on no
to this
extra.
day.
Yeah, not on no extra like he's scary or nothing, but it was,
Mhm.
he came with a click. And my little weird high ass was not about to walk over there and get the shit slapped out of me by an Atlanta nigga. Like, no. Just because I was like, hey, can I take a picture? Nah, I wasn't about to do that shit at all.
Mhm. Right, right. Yeah. It's so funny because I came down here when I was 15. Because this one particular summer, my mom just had us pretty much traveling the South. So we went to several places on this trip. And the first place we went to was Atlanta. And we stayed with my cousin for a few days. And I just fell in love with Atlanta. I was like, I am moving here. I'm going to school here, and that's just it, and that's all. And that's what I did. But now, see, coming back after not being here for so long, I don't have the same feeling.
Mm.
You know, like I am so annoyed with this traffic. This traffic is horrible, and it was bad back then, but it just seemed like it got worse. I was
That's
like,
what I was about to say because of that Atlanta traffic was a motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
it was a different type of vibe. And we was in a bus and I didn't like it at all.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember because my dorm sat right on 75, 85. So I would look out the window and just watch the traffic sometimes, just being like, hell no, I ain't getting in that shit. And I only got in it like a couple of times when I lived here. um, but yeah, I was in it today. It was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, nah, see, no. Atlanta is one of those spots where, and I ain't been in a long time, but what I do remember is I'm one of those because I do that in my own city now. Sometimes, depending on the time of the day, you might as well just go ahead and take them back roads. Like go ahead and make it a 30-minute trip because nigga, jumping
Mm.
on the highway is a bad. You gonna sit on the highway longer.
But the problem with taking the back roads in Kansas City, you might run into a whole bunch of roads that will tear your car up. So it's
Oh,
like,
you definitely gonna tear some shit up here.
yeah,
You,
might as well
you
sit on the highway.
you can't even call them roads no more. These motherfuckers, these are motherfucking traps. Like,
Right. Your sinkholes.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you'll think that motherfucker's a regular sinkhole, man. You'll hit that motherfucker, and the next thing you know, your muffler is hanging off your shit,
Okay. Sparks and shit.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah. But as far as the concert is concerned, like, I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's what's up.
I mean, like she's so thoughtful and she's so hands on with the process from beginning to end. And we saw that with Renaissance because she put out that movie and showing like how they conceptualized it. So we know how meticulous she is and stuff like that. So to see how she did this one is it was dope. It was dope, and the stage was like it was shaped like a guitar, and she did some old stuff too. Like she incorporated some of her. She went like way back in the catalog too, like first album way back, and she incorporated some of the songs into it too. But it's a lot of Cowboy Carter. Um, and then she got to a point where it seemed like it was over, but it wasn't. And she came back out and she was like, welcome back to the Renaissance. So she got like probably like about 15, 20 minutes of the Renaissance tour in Cowboy Carter. So I thought that was dope too. But then, of course, this whole thing that went viral when she was in Houston the first night. Remember, did you ever see the car that she was in, that she was floating around in the
Yeah.
car? Okay, so the first night in Houston, the car malfunctioned. So she stopped the song and then they lowered the car and then she got out the car and had to finish the song on stage. And it was 16 carriages. So apparently, the rest of her Houston shows, she didn't sing the song, and then she did a couple of nights in DC before she came to Atlanta, and she didn't do the songs, or she didn't do that there. But she brought a horse out. So now this horse is like it's walking on air. So now she's on a horse going around and singing the song instead of being on a car.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was cool. And the cool thing about that was that at the end of the Renaissance tour, that's how she ended the Renaissance concert, with her being on a horse going around and whatnot. But this is a different horse, and this horse is walking. So, and this horse is a different color and everything. And when she got done, she was like, sometimes you just got to get back on that horse. So she making fun of the whole thing that happened in Houston.
Yeah.
And we was just like, she's so unserious because she made fun of it on her social media, because she put out pictures and videos and stuff of the car malfunctioning and stuff, and she played sitting sideways.
Mm.
We was like, hell no.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Show must go on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already got paid. Listen,
Right. Right.
I can be mad if you want to. Y'all already paid me.
Right. Right. But yeah, it was very cool. It was very cool. But yeah. Um Afterwards, yeah, we had to walk to the ride share area and sit over there for like an hour and a half waiting because the traffic was insane. And they upcharged the hell out of the ride share. I paid like maybe $20 to get there. I had to pay over $70 to get back home.
Mm.
And that was the cheap route.
Mm.
So yeah. Yeah, they upcharged the hell out of that. So yeah. But that's what happens.
Welcome to Cowboy Quarter.
Yeah. Right. Right. So, shout out to Beyonce. You know.
Shout
So
out to B. Shout out to B.
yeah. So yeah. Because I have not been paying too much attention to this week. But I did see a little bit here and there about this Jeffrey Epstein situation. So
Yes.
and let us know what's going on.
All right. So unless you've been living under a rock for forever and a day, you've been knowing since 2019, Jeffrey Epstein, this sex offender. Like let's just keep it a bean. this ex offender. He was well, he went to jail for sex trafficking. All of a sudden, he was unalived, and all of these things broke out about this controversy of him having a list of people that he was actually they were actually clients of his with this sex trafficking. And he had evidence of blackmail, all of these things going on. He was with I want to say her name right, Ghislaine Maxwell. This was his right hand man. This was actually his co-defendant, you might as well say, in this whole matter. And we've been gripped into this for the longest now, since 2019. Fast forward 2025, President Trump, second term President Trump. We've found out that it was never a list. We don't have any evidence of it being a list. We have no evidence that he was sex trafficking, and we have no evidence that he was murdered. This is what they're telling us. Now, I just want to keep it a bean with y'all and say, am I the only motherfucker that remembers this? Am I the only person? It was literally, it was literally people with a book on TV saying this is the list. Am I the only one remember that?
No.
Them to turn around and say there's no evidence of a list of clients. Show me how to say cover up without saying it's a cover up.
Right, because there was folks like, it's on my desk. What?
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because we gonna keep it a bean with everybody. Her name is Pam Bondi. You know who Pam Bondi is, or was at the time? I don't know if she still is, but you know who she was? The fucking Attorney General. So the Attorney General at the time said that she has the list on her desk. On her desk. She said this on TV. And like, in the immortal words of Cat Williams, nigga, do you know we can see you? You said this, and then fast forward 2025, there's no list. Not only is it so, this is the piss down my back and tell me it's raining thing that I don't understand. Y'all have no evidence of him sex trafficking yet. He went to jail for sex trafficking yet. Are y'all gonna tell me all of those 2020 episodes that we seen of these women?
Yeah.
All of that didn't exist. All of that didn't exist. So they just all of that is a figment of our imagination. We're all living in the Mandela effect. So this is Shazam all the way. It's over. Over. So it didn't happen.
And I'm trying to figure out, what did what's her name, Giselle Maxwell or Griselle, whatever her name is. What did she go to prison for?
Sex trafficking.
So
how does she get sex trafficking when there's no evidence for it?
Right. Like, do we need to revisit that trial? Like, I'm confused.
I'm like, we just gonna act like this didn't happen?
Yeah.
Like, so we not gonna even, like, now listen. I'm not one of those people that is just gonna believe everything that you see on TV. But I will say this. In 2019, this was so much of a scandal. And I'm laughing, but I mean this with the utmost truth, sincerity, and just baffledness. We literally had a prince renounce his throne because he got caught up in this controversy.
Yeah.
And he had to make a settlement. In 2022, it was an undisclosed settlement
Yeah.
because he was with a minor with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And so you mean to tell me that a prince cannot be a prince no more, but we don't have no evidence that this even happened? Who do you think y'all playing? Like, sometimes I really feel like the government acts like the crackhead daddy to be like, you don't even have no motherfucking PlayStation. Yes, the fuck I did. I played it last night. Why are you deliberately lying to me?
Right. Right.
That's your mama filling your head over that bullshit. No, sir. I just got off. I just got the fuck off the game.
Right. Right.
You mean to tell me this? I just don't understand it. And then let's just keep it a bean. Even to this day, a motherfucker could be talking about wedding plans. They could be like, hey, we want a villa out here. We want to invite 100 guests here. We're going to get an open bar here. We want to have barbecue. And then we want to have Chinese food at the same time. And then Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. To this day, this is how conversations go.
Yeah.
And now you're going to tell me it's no evidence of murder? Well, boom. You know what you could do? You can look this shit up on YouTube. You know what a forensic person said?
What?
A forensic person said that someone who commits suicide does not have the hemorrhages in his eye that Jeffrey Epstein had. That is from a strangulation. Because that's forceful and it's something that you're fighting. And that can only happen if it's a homicide, not a suicide. Also, the bones that were broke in his neck is homicide from strangulation. But
And then they said, how did they say that he died? I know it was suicide, but was it hanging?
they said he hung himself.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
said he
So
hung
you
himself.
wouldn't have like a bunch of broken bones in your neck from hanging.
I mean, you will have broken bones, but not in the
Not a
consistency
bunch.
of being strangled.
Right. Right.
And that's what a forensic scientist said.
Yeah.
But it's no evidence. Even Miss Maxwell, when they asked her in an interview, do you think he killed himself? She said, no, I believe he was murdered because she knew about the list. How do you not know about the list when you're my fucking right-hand man?
Right.
But now we have no evidence of this list. Again, tell me it's a cover-up without telling me it's a cover-up.
They're doing this like right in our face and we can't do shit about it. It just is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Because
listen,
I mean, we've been saying this for years. Like, he didn't kill himself. Where's the list? We want to see the list. And they done knocked out two birds with one stone, for real.
and so the crazy part is, because I was just thinking about this today. The first time when this came out, who was in office?
Trump.
Thank you. And we couldn't get the list. It was so much. The list wasn't coming out. The list wasn't coming out. The list wasn't coming out. They let it die down because of Biden. Biden didn't give a fuck. Biden didn't even know where he was at.
Lord.
And then boom, come back around. Nobody even was talking about it. We just all had the whole agenda of, hey, yeah, I want a number 3, hold the pickles, and Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. This is the type of time we was on. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, it ain't no evidence of this. Ain't no evidence. Matter of fact, I ain't even know. This is how I know they literally are like, they broke back mountainous. They spitting on their hand and rubbing themselves down and fucking us raw. Cause Yeah, I said it just like that. And you know why I'm saying it like that? I'm going to tell you. How in the fuck can all of a sudden it be no evidence of anything?
Yeah.
Why did you even send that man to jail? Why is this bitch in jail?
Yeah.
But it's no evidence of that.
Right.
So it would have made more sense if she would have got out and y'all said that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But no. And y'all not even trying to clear this up. Y'all just saying there's no evidence of nothing.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And he didn't kill himself either. Like, this is what y'all saying. And then y'all can't even bring the COs at the time that got charged for negligence. But they didn't do any jail time because they made up this excuse about how they were on social media and falling asleep and didn't do room checks. Where the lady's name is Tova and the dude's name is Michael. And I can say this because it's facts. These two niggas got paid to
Take the fall.
where they was at.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Where he was at, it was, what I'm saying, they ended up shutting that jail down because it was just understaffed and it was a lot of bad things going on. But they were either fucking or they got paid to not say anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is things that we actually seen out of our two eyes, heard out of our two ears, witnessed countless interviews. They end up saying it was over 1,000 victims. You mean to tell me Epstein is so much of a SA offender that he did this by himself with a little frail white bitch who
Yeah.
said on TV that it's a list? We're gonna say the nigga that's in jail's lying. And I get it.
Right.
You could be lying if you said you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you confirm something, and then the attorney fucking general says it's on my desk, again, tell me it's a cover up without telling me it's a cover up. Trump is a bad motherfucker.
Well, you ain't never lied about that.
Trump's a bad motherfucker. Listen,
Right.
if you listening to this now, I'm gonna tell you just like this, and I don't care who likes it, who don't like it. You the realest nigga alive if I hold my breath, dude. That's some shit I do here. Like I fart on the covers and be like, nah, that was my son. Nah, that was him, nigga. That's it. I said it, and it's facts, nigga. It's law.
Right.
Like, this is the type of time we on.
And
If we don't see, if we don't see the conundrum that we are in America after this, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all truly drunk the Kool-Aid. Y'all truly are going to be asked out because this man is literally playing in y'all face.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's one of those things where it's not even funny. It's scary that this can happen and nobody do any, like all the podcasts that were on this and doing out and was talking about the list and talking about the controversy and pulling up all these pictures of Epstein being with everybody in the world, including royalty.
Yeah.
None of these niggas got nothing to say right now.
So what was his main job?
Epstein, I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Just to keep it a bean, I don't know if he was in Hollywood. I don't know if he was an entrepreneur. I don't know if he was in real estate. I don't know any of that. All I know is he liked young girls. And even Trump said that in countless interviews. You can YouTube it. He said Epstein liked them young, and nobody said shit.
It's wild. It's very wild. It's very wild because, like, this is like a known thing. It's like a known thing, and then they're just like in our face saying like, "Oh, it didn't exist. It didn't happen." Now moving on. It makes you wonder, like, did for real, Trump run and get elected again to keep that foul under wraps?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Trump, you the realest nigga alive if I hold my breath. God, then you just you ask you the way you are maneuvering around, not getting in trouble is the stuff of legends.
Man,
It's
man, it's like seriously.
and you know what? The reason why, and when I say this, I don't want nobody to take offense to this, but I'm not even mad at it. You know why? I'm not even mad at it because him doing what he doing, other motherfuckers are sitting back like, "Who? Goddamn, yeah, that shit didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna go to. I ain't never gonna touch a 14-year-old again. Like, and these are people that y'all know.
Hmm.
These are
Yeah.
people that y'all know and love. These are y'all are fans of these people. And if that list would have came out, it would have broke y'all heart.
Yeah.
It's almost like Citizen Kane all over again when they found out all the bullshit and they was like, we can't tell the people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just wild. Like, it's just wild. Like, y'all are blatantly in our face on some. It didn't happen.
Mm-mm. Like it's truly one of those things where like motherfucker catch you dick out straight side piece there and you like bitch you tripping we was in here playing spades like
Right.
what
Yeah,
like this is exactly what they're doing it's so sad that we're going through this and then people turn around and act like you know people like me that like points this shit out. Oh, I'm the one that's trying to build a conspiracy theory. No, this is
oh,
evident. Y'all can YouTube all of this. Y'all, like, everybody acts like y'all can't YouTube or Google search Epstein 2019.
yeah. Yeah. What year did he die?
2019.
Mm. Gotcha. Okay. Dang, so we've been doing this for 6 years.
That nigga went to jail. They said he had a list. That nigga was gone. Like,
Right.
because he went to jail and fully went Nino Brown. Like, this shit bigger than me.
Okay. Okay. Y'all said
And
I would never get arrested. Here I am. So yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm about to put cases on all you bitches.
All you listen, even dead, this nigga dethroned the prince.
Yeah.
Do you like that one Instagram? Do you see how this sounds, Mary? Do you see how this sounds?
Man.
So it's no list, it's no evidence. All those women who was trauma bonding, that didn't happen.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
all right, okay. So I'm the dummy. I'm wrong. I'm fucked up. I'm you know.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know what we are on, but clearly we're on something and they're right.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. It must be I must be putting meth in this beer that I'm drinking because I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. It's us. It's not them.
It's the Bar Stream Bears down instead of the Bears. Like I was like this. Why are y'all making me believe that this didn't happen?
Right.
Like I didn't wake up in a. I literally woke up in a different universe. This is multiverse 101 right here. Because if y'all don't believe this, we are all fucked up as human beings.
Hmm.
If y'all don't believe that, yeah, if you can literally look it up, they ain't scrub not anything, and that's the thing. This is how much of this nigga is putting his small penis in your face. They didn't even scrub the internet. Well, Stormy Daniels already said he got a micro penis, but
Right, but it's just it's so
he's
funny.
still dangling that he's dangling that motherfucker in your face.
Right, right. But it's just so funny that all these sexual deviants have either micros or Tootsie Rolls or something, you know. I guess nobody that's hung has any sexual deviance. Like,
I was about to
I
say
don't know.
something, but then I'm not. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
I mean, I don't know. Uh, so,
Yeah, it's just again, and it's full circle.
hmm
I just don't. This is how you know that the powers are always going to protect the powers that be, because again, that Epstein shit been going on for years, and they found 189 DVDs of either pictures or actually videos of or minors or minor looking women, but they never said who they were with. Same way what they call thousands and thousands of thousands of footage at Puffy's spots, and they only talked about Puffy because the people on these tapes are making sure that they don't get exposed. And one of these cases, one of those people happened to be the president of the fucking free world.
so
And we're and nobody is even questioning that. Nobody is even saying, hey, we just need a hard reset, because this is why we're getting shitted on like we're getting shitted on as far as American citizens. I ain't talking about America in general, because America is a bully, but American citizens are getting shit on because of the powers that be. Because this shouldn't even have been a thing. Just keeping it a bean, this shouldn't have been a thing. This should have been wrapped up. The list should have came out. Niggas should have went to jail, and it should have been over. But you know why they don't want to do that? Because they if you take the money away from America, we become a third world country.
yeah,
Even though we're trillions of dollars in debt.
which is wild in itself. Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to the BBC, the UK, because BBCs don't do that type of shit, y'all. But shout out to
Apparently not.
the
Like,
UK. We just but whatever. Shout out to the UK for actually doing something about it.
you know,
Everybody want to talk about that he didn't do jail time. That nigga not a prince no more.
he's not a prince no more. Right. He's just there. He's a person related.
Yeah,
You know.
this nigga royalty adjacent,
Right.
which is crazy. He would have wanted them to do the same thing that they did to Epstein for real.
hmm
He
Yeah.
probably pray for that.
But if we never saw the list, how did we know that he was a part of it?
Because one of the ladies came forward, because when the pictures came out, one of the of all the celebrities and all that,
hmm
one of the girls came forward and let them know that she was a minor at the time and what happened.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And was there boys involved, or was it just girls?
Didn't see any girls. I mean, didn't see any boys.
Okay.
They said it was 1,000 young lady victims.
So how did like any of those victims come forward and tell like the process that they went through to
Some of them did. Some of them did. It all started from massages.
from what?
Massages.
What's that?
They were massaging.
Oh, massage. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
So they were the masseuse.
Yeah, they were a lot of them, they were getting paid to just massage Epstein, and then it became sexual, and he paid them after that. So if they and they were all underage. And like one of them, I because I went through uh, a couple of little shorts from things earlier today, and I seen that one of them straight up said like everybody knew, like flat out, like everybody knew what it was, um, and no one said anything about it, like no one.
So how is these underage people getting jobs to massage?
He was pulling it, in the immortal words of Snoop Dogg. What did he say? He said, I'm going to the high school, fucking with them young bitches. This nigga was pulling up.
Wow.
This nigga was pulling up. And so the difference is Epstein is pulling up on a totally different caliber. He's pulling up on in private schools and things of this nature, where they don't think nothing of it because of whatever Epstein is. And then he's influencing these young girls. And then Miss Maxwell is involved in it. And
Mm.
they're bringing this on, and they're flying them out, and they're doing all this thing, and everybody knew it. This all of this comes full circle because it reminds me of R. Kelly too. Because I keep telling y'all, and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. Yeah, R. Kelly's in jail, but you know who also need to be in jail? Some of them motherfucking parents, because they knew.
Yeah. And some of his staff.
Yeah,
Hmm. And some of them people that participated in that documentary.
exactly.
Yeah. But I digress.
Like that daddy that was like, boy, if I would have known, nigga, you knew.
You know.
Fuck out of here.
Here, right?
Fuck out of here. Bullshit. If my daughter was alive, man, you think Trey Songz would tell me I'm about to take her to Virginia? And no, the fuck you not.
No. Mm-mm.
Nah, these need to be private sessions. You need to get your private ass the fuck up out of here.
Right. Ain't nothing private. No, not with my kid. Absolutely not. Ain't shit private over here.
Get your fucking private shot the fuck off. How about that?
Like seriously. Seriously.
You know, again, that was or was not Epstein.
Yeah.
Apparently, what he even went to jail for, they don't even got evidence for it now. Even though we have video of it.
Right. He was in jail?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking bonkers.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. But it's like at this point, what can you do?
I mean, apparently we just because even the people that do it is saying it didn't happen. Even Sinbad said Kazam didn't exist.
Yeah, and that is so weird. I'm like, was the movie that bad that y'all just like, up, look here, look into the light, you know?
Yeah, right. We all been neuralized,
Right. So,
and you know, and I don't want to disrespect Sinbad, but nigga, you know, good, you know, because I know he going through his thing right now. But come on, man, why'd you do that? Why you do that? Why you act like my childhood wasn't my childhood, my nigga?
yeah. Speaking of Sinbad, um, I saw Straw last week. Yeah. I saw Straw last week, and I did not know that Sinbad was in Straw.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is probably like his first role since his stroke.
It is.
Yeah. So it was good to see him. But apparently there was people that was mad at Tyler Perry for the role that he gave Sinbad. I'm like, man, y'all can't y'all can't be satisfied for
Well,
shit.
everybody's gonna be mad at Tyler Perry for a lot of things. It just
But I'm
is.
just saying, like he thought of Sinbad enough to employ him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
you
like
know.
why like nobody else is thinking of Sinbad to employ him.
So that's and I'm not defending Tyler Perry on anything at all, but I will say, Tyler Perry is the epitome of they hate me because they ain't me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he think about people don't nobody else do, and he actually gives them what they deserve.
Yeah.
And people get mad at that. People get
Yeah.
mad at that because um, they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? How his mind works, and they get mad at that because they think, I should have thought about that. I should have did it. Because the industry sometimes they get jealous of these trendsetters. And Tyler Perry, regardless of what you want to say about him, is a trendsetter. And his one of the greatest trends he does is making sure that black actors actually die millionaires.
Yeah.
And if you don't respect that, then I don't give a fuck how much white dick he fiend over. If you don't respect that, then you just can't respect life. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said
That
it.
is
That boy starving, boy.
man, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We did not talk about that on here, did we?
We did.
We did.
We did.
We we did.
We
We
did.
did.
We definitely did
Yeah.
that right before
Yeah.
tacos and tequila.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You're right. We did talk about them. But there's another one out. It's not. It's not Tyler directly. It's the company because this guy who is a actor and he's also a veteran. He put out a video claiming to have been raped by an executive, and he's been an executive for like, well, I don't know if he's been an executive the whole time, but I know he's been employed by Tyler Perry Productions for the last 15 years.
Mm.
And they tried to cover it up and stuff like that. And uh, the guy put out this video. He said he was essayed and raped.
Man.
And yeah, yeah. So that and he was saying how people didn't want to take his case. They were giving him all kinds of reasons and stuff. But then he was like, but this other guy just came out with a $260 or $60 million lawsuit, but y'all didn't want to take my case. So
He's
yeah,
not of the same hue as you.
he's not. He's not. So yeah,
It's terrible. And I'll say this because I don't think a lot, especially with men,
uh huh,
I don't think a lot of men know how strong it is for a man to admit something like that.
right,
Because you'll hear you'll hear 90% of men say, "Why did you even bring? Why don't even bring that up? Shove that down." Like, no, I don't know what I would do because I honest to God tell you I don't know what I would do. I think me personally, because that's such a violation, uh, I would be in a second place where I would probably feel better in jail um, because of what I think I would do because I don't even know how to look at my son and tell my son that I wasn't strong enough to fight a man off to do this to me when I try to mold him to be a man. I think the only resolve I would have with that is if I made sure that he didn't breathe like me and my son continued to breathe.
right,
But that's just where I go in my first thought. At the same time, I'm like, it takes a real strong man to reserve himself and say what happened to him, um, because that shows you that I'm not a victim, and I'm not gonna allow things like that to happen. And
yeah,
that's a strength that a lot of us don't have.
right, right. That's true.
But
That's true.
men get downplayed on that a lot.
Hmm.
People make fun of niggas for telling the truth about things like that instead of actually understanding they chose not to be a victim in that moment, even though some victim shit happened to them.
Right, right, right. I agree. I came across this story that the BBC did on the person that You remember that song? I have to praise you like I should.
Yeah.
Um, who was it that sampled that? I can't remember,
I was
but
gonna say now, don't give me the line.
yeah. So, the BBC did a story on the person that was sampled in that song, and because that song was like a big hit in '99. It was like humongous, and so I don't know why I didn't even compute the fact that that was a sample, but it's a black lady, and she wrote the song, um, pretty much, praising black men. And so she talked about the origin of that song and what was going on and stuff like that. And she talked about how her upbringing, she had both her parents and she had like a lot of siblings, but her father was like mean sometimes. And I think he also was an alcoholic, but don't quote me on that. But when something happened to where she was like gaining traction and whatnot, and she ended up having a conversation with her parents, and her father, for the first time ever, opened up to her and talked about how, because her parents were from the South. She was raised in Chicago, but her parents was from the South, which a lot of people's parents were. And she said her father, um, he had an incident where he was walking home with his stepmom, and this gang of white men pulled over and raped him and his stepmom.
Damn.
Yeah, and he was like 8 at the time. And he said it was so painful that he passed out. And then when they went home, they told his father what happened to him. And his father pretty much turned on him and was like, "You better not ever say this again. Ever, ever, ever. Because do you realize what will happen to us if you accuse some white men of doing what you're saying?" And so he, kept that bottled in and festered it for however long until he finally said something to her. And so because of that, that's when she made that song.
Oh wow. That is
Yeah. I
that,
shared it on my Facebook page a few days ago, but yeah, it's like a 26 minute interview that the BBC did with her, and you wouldn't like they got like warnings on it and stuff like that because of this story, but you would have never thought that that song that was like such a big pop song came from an origin of praising black men, and then it came from the origin of this story that her father told.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you think about that and you think about that video, I was like, that video is mad disrespectful. That
Oh,
video is super mad disrespectful.
I didn't even think about that till you just said that shit.
Yep, that's where I went. I was like, now you just look at it. You look at it totally different, and I was just like, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
that video is mad disrespectful. So,
Yeah, her daddy probably like, what the fuck?
right, right, right. So, but she was damn near destitute at the time when that song came out, and shoot, that song she living off of for the rest of her days, and she like 96 right now.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But she said them checks was good. I was like, I bet they were because that was a humongous hit.
That was a hit. I didn't even think it was. You. I'm today years old when I found out that was a sample.
Right, and I thought it was a man.
I,
Yeah,
Same here.
yeah. But it's a really good interview. BBC do really good interviews, but yeah,
British Broadcasting Channel.
yeah, right, true.
Just so y'all won't think that we're just deliberately throwing out.
The BBC.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you're
You
saying
know,
it so nonchalantly, like, yeah,
right?
BBC be having good interviews. Like, I had
Because
an
we
interview
don't,
with the BBC the other day. Like,
you know, it's about 26 minutes long.
that's a long time to be with the BBC. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about.
Right,
They can
right,
act like no, you don't. You don't want. You don't. Shit, that's a little bit too long sometimes for some of y'all.
right. Yeah, that's that'll ruin your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ruin your future plans and all that.
Like, yeah. You get have an interview. Have a 26 minute interview with a BBC, and then wonder why other channels just don't do it for you. you know? You know,
Yeah,
other channels just don't cut it.
right. They just don't cut it. They're so superior, so much
Yeah,
superior.
yeah. You get you a 26 minute interview with a BBC. CBS just don't. It
Yeah,
just don't hit right no more.
right. NBC who? Like,
Yeah, come on.
right,
What am I worried about a peacock?
right. Bravo, brav not.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Hey, listen, as a, as a ticket holder, I will. This ain't what you think it is, y'all. This ain't what you think it is.
Oh man. Oh man. But yeah. Um yeah, so that is Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, we went left, but we always do. But that,
We always do. Yeah.
but I mean, that's what the government does. They try to make it seem like it didn't happen, and we just did the same thing. So I guess we're part of the problem.
Yeah. I mean, we learn from the best, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So next up is the big beautiful bill. So last week we talked about the big beautiful bill, and it had passed the Senate at that point. Barely, because JD Vance had to go on ahead and put his vote in for the tiebreaker.
Hmm.
But yeah. So were you able to read it all?
Um, I have not read everything, but I'm getting into it. I'm getting into the meat and potatoes of it,
Hmm.
and it's a lot of things that I'm reading now that is just bad
Yeah.
for America. Just per se, because it was a lot of things that I didn't know. Uh,
Hmm.
that was in just like the interwebs of it, and it just doesn't seem. At the end of the day, it is exactly what it is. It's making sure the rich get richer and the poor stay poor.
Yeah. I was wondering when you was gonna get to that.
Yeah, it you know it sugarcoats a lot of things for a lot of individuals, but it's not a cushion because of inflation, and that's what a lot of people are not really paying attention to. You got these people that are really jumping in on this big beautiful bill. Like I told y'all last week, I'm gonna give y'all the good attributes and what I thought was the bad part about it, because I don't want to be biased on any level. Now that I'm reading more into it, I really understand, and it's the truth. And you probably heard it from a lot of gurus or a lot of these YouTube entrepreneurs. But I ain't gonna lie, a clock is right 2 times a day. I mean, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. And a
Mhm.
lot of these people are telling you, if you don't get rich in the next 10 years, you're about to be fucked. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? Like real shit. You about to be fucked. If you don't have a net worth that can sustain you with shit that's going on and inflation, yeah. For my people to think they've been cool because after taxes you bringing home $40,000, you are about to be in a shitstorm.
Yeah.
But let's just get into this. Um, a lot of for now until the 21st of July, some of the things have been blocked, so they can't block everything, but it's a lot of lawsuits popping up with this big beautiful bill because people are trying to stop certain things because now people are actually seeing how it is messing with the people. Uh,
Yeah.
one of the first blocks that got passed into the 21st is the cutting of Medicare and Planned Parenthood health centers. That has been blocked. And the reason why that's been blocked is because all of you people that really don't know what Planned Parenthood is, where y'all think, okay, we just gonna cut funding so they won't keep having abortions. Planned Parenthood is way more than that.
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood is a health center that not only helps individuals that are diabetics, individuals that are older, that use Medicaid for checkups, especially in rural areas where it's not a hospital. Planned
Mhm.
Parenthood is in those spots, in these spots that you don't think about. Human, Missouri. Y'all probably never heard of Human, Missouri, but you know who have? Um, Planned Parenthood healthcare, and they're out there. It is not just for young people to just go ahead and try to get rid of a soul. That is not what it is. Even though the whole controversy into what Planned Parenthood and the founder of it was, I get that, but it's way more than that. It is involved. It evolved way more than that, and they blocked that from cutting that funding because if you cut that funding, especially in rural areas, you have people that who are elderly, excuse me, and who do need certain basic care that they wouldn't even be getting.
Yeah.
So as much as they said they wanted to keep hospitals in rural areas, that's fine, but those are only certain rural areas. Nobody should drive 3 counties away to go to a hospital.
Yeah. Could you imagine you being on a farm and you cut your finger off and you got to drive 3 counties over to get it
Exactly.
reattached? Like by the time you get there, it may not even been um held up good enough for them to even reattach it.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, it's
Right?
just and the more and more, and I encourage anybody who was listening to us. I encourage anybody. AK Johnson last week said, Chat GPT it so they can Chat GPT can break it down. I get that. I'm one of those. I'm just one of those people because there's so many big words. I need to know what those big words are. So I read it. I've been slowly but surely reading it. It just as more and more I read into it, the more and more I just look like it just seems like it's detrimental for people who are just quote unquote just the working class, the people that want to get up and go to work every day and they're not making a lot, but they're making enough. And to get by, it is going to be very, very hard. This right here, this block right here of cutting Medicaid, they got to really look into that because that is going to put a lot of pressure on a lot of people, especially the rural individuals they said they were doing this for. It's a backhanded compliment because unless you're in the rural community and got money, it's going to be very hard for you to move about the country if things like this do happen. Because if they do cut things like Planned Parenthood health centers from certain spots like this, your grandmother is not going to be able to get her dialysis or her diabetes medication.
Yeah. Yeah. And that sucks. And that's the killer part about Planned Parenthood is that a lot of people try to demonize it and they have no clue on what a fraction of what they do.
Hmm.
They just know that that's a place where people get um the A word.
Yeah.
And is that the only place that you can get that done at?
Um, and when I say this with the utmost respect. It's the only place I know where to go.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it might be other spots.
Yeah. That's the
But
only
if
place
you
I
got
know.
a primary doctor, I'm pretty sure you don't even have to do that because just for the simple fact, when I say this, I say this from experience. I knew someone who was at the time was my boss. Um, she had she had complications with her pregnancy, but she went to her primary doctor to get an abortion pill or a pill, excuse me, because I don't want to,
Mhm.
I don't want to rattle no feathers.
Yeah, I think when you go to like your doctor, that's um, what's that called? A DNC, and like, and they do that when there's like no chance of this
Yeah, it was
continuing. You know.
it was one of those things. It was detrimental for her to have it. It would. I went through a similar situation with my girl. But yeah, it would just been bad. The diagnosis was for her. I know at the time when she was letting us know, it was a 17% chance that
Yeah.
her and the baby would survive.
Yeah. 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 That's sad.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think that's like the only time a regular doctor would do it. Like if you just wake up one morning, you're like, I'm not doing this. I I don't think a primary care will take care of that.
yeah.
But yeah, but
I
the
mean,
only place I've
and
ever
there's so many things.
yeah.
I even speaking of this, I can honestly, God, say this, and I put this on my son and my daughter. My mother went to her primary care doctor to send me back to Jehovah. But her doctor told her this might be the baby to make you smile, and you are healthy. So he didn't feel like he could make that decision. And he told her to sleep on it. And 42 years later, I'm doing the issue we talk.
Yeah. Wow. So
Yeah.
when you were told this story, how old were you?
My mama told me this when I was 13.
So how did you take that?
Um, at the time, I was going through an issue. Um, just to be transparent with everybody, I was going through an issue where I was in full depression mode and I didn't want to be here. And my mother was like, "No, you supposed to."
You're supposed to.
And
Wow.
that's when she told me that story.
Wow. Yeah. So did when she told you this story, did that make you change your outlook on life?
Yeah, and you know, most people realize their mortality when their parents die. I
Hmm.
realized my mortality when my mother looked me dead in the eye and said, I could have not did this."
Yeah.
And I realized how fragile my life was in that moment.
Mm.
So
Wow.
it changed a lot.
Yeah. 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 I would think that would.
Yeah, like, most people be like, yeah, when my dad died, I started really thinking about how life is and why. It's the reason why I went so hard for my nieces growing up, and it's because I've been an uncle since I was 7, but I don't think I really paid attention to that role. I just got overwhelmed in that role, and then my mother um, brought me back to reality real fast.
Mm.
And then I think I became one of the best uncles around. Like I think I was, so I think I was a super shit because I was doing shit that the dope dealer niggas was doing, and I was just in high school or at the time middle school. I jumped off the porch and was like, boom, we about to do this and this and this and this and this. And I mean, you seen some of the shit, and my nieces will tell you like, nah, they didn't live no that. They daddy started showing up because I was showing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
They was like, "How dare this little ugly nigga outdo me?" Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it, but I got, you know what I'm saying? It was not to be funny, but it was one of those things where I at that time with that conversation, I thought that was my purpose.
Mm.
And I was gonna show them everything that I never ever seen in life.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I grew up with a mother that didn't have a high school diploma, so it was we had to we really had to get it out the mud.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I'm talking about extra shit. And I'm talking about they going to school in Dolce and Gabbana jeans. They like, what is that? And I'm like, psh, I don't know shit about this. And then you can attest to this. Now we off Planned Parenthood. I ain't even about to do. We gotta get back on this.
You talking about your Ed Hardy days?
Yeah, I was about to say you know how I used to have the family draped.
Yeah. Right, professional photos and
I'm
everything.
talking about I'm a different type of dude, y'all.
Yeah.
I never did anything because I wanted people to look at. I did it because I never had it.
Yeah.
It's a big difference because people do it because they want people to look at them. I did it because I never had it and I knew I wanted it when I was little. So anybody around me didn't never have to want for that shit.
Hmm.
I showed them how easy it was to do it. It's just a risk into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially for me and my age, and you know what I'm saying. And I wasn't doing anything I was supposed to do, but I was making sure they was good. I was making that. I would have took that chance. I
Hmm.
did take that chance. I mean, just to be honest. But with that block, again, that block is to the 21st. They're gonna figure it out. You have a lot of these weird type of individuals to be like, this Obama judge tried to block it. It's like, no, this judge realized that, hey, some people need Planned Parenthood health care. And so we have to revise what we're actually thinking we're doing.
Yeah.
Second thing that has been blocked is the gun tax. And the reason why the gun tax has been blocked is because the gun tax does this. You have to pay, I know because I've bought guns before, you have to pay anywhere between $200 to $350 tax. You have to get fingerprinted, and it takes you a long time to actually get certain weapons just because they want to make sure that you can actually get this weapon. You don't have any mental illnesses or you don't have any record.
Okay.
With the tax being with the tax the gun tax being off the table, they're saying, or well, the NFA is saying, if that's off the table, then you need to take all the regulations off the table as well. But if you take all the regulations off the table, that means anybody can go get a short barrel shotgun, a automatic weapon, and a silencer, and just get it in a day and just turn this motherfucker into modern day warfare.
Mm.
So that's why they blocked it, because motherfuckers is saying, okay, that law was created in the 30s, so we need to just eliminate the whole law then if we're just gonna knock off the gun tax. So that got blocked, so they, you know what I'm saying, so they can really revise the law. So what I will say is this: if they revise the law, everybody just listening to us right now, if you don't got a gun, you better get one now, because if they do say that that's an old law and need to be taken off the map, y'all think it's bad with these little dudes with switches. Now imagine that white dude with a problem. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna sit in a bush somewhere, and you're gonna wonder why niggas are getting picked off because you don't even hear it.
Right.
Because he didn't go through no state evaluation. No, everybody, his manifesto is still on the internet, and everybody know he crazy. But they allowed him to get a fucking automatic weapon with a silencer.
Mm.
So we really need to pay attention to this one right here, because
Yeah.
this one is going to let you know that we're going to be living in a lawless country in the next 10 years if they really defunct that law.
Mm.
That's crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
Now we got other blocks coming up and other lawsuits coming up. They're not speaking on everything now because things are still going through litigation. Even though the president has signed it, it is people that can still block it when they're actually reading it, especially the judicial system. They can say, "Hey, wait a minute, and this is what's going on." Education has a lawsuit pending, and Big Green Energy has a lawsuit pending. They're trying to make sure that certain things don't get taken away from them. Education is a big one. I really think whatever. That's why I really want to deep dive into this big, beautiful bill, because I think that education piece is going to be a real thing. Because if
Yeah,
they start really cutting funding off education, you think these niggas are dumb now? You're going to raise a bunch of maniacs.
man.
You're going to raise maniacs on the spectrum, which is going to be a whole serious thing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of because they've been coming after education for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know why they think that education is not a big deal, but it's a huge deal, and it does need money.
They know education is a big deal. They don't think public education is a big deal because their kids don't go to public school.
Well, and then there's that. Yeah,
Exactly.
so it's a tactic to keep the poor stupid.
Stupid and violent.
Yeah.
Why would we have to do anything when we could just allow them to kill each other? And this is one thing I want to tell y'all, because when I say this with the utmost respect, because somebody's going to listen to me and be like, well, let these niggers kill each other.
Hmm.
No, it ain't just us. You want to save a buck and put your white boy, your white son or your white daughter in public school. They're going You're raising what how they're doing it. If they cut funding, you not only are you gonna make them uneducated, but you're gonna make them dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you know what, I'm gonna just tell you, for me in my experience, that No Child Left Behind rule. You know what that did? Get a bunch of teachers beat the fuck up when I was growing up. Because
Mm.
instead of saying, hey, little Timmy need a little bit more guidance, they
Yeah.
moved him to the 10th grade. And then all of a sudden, when geometry hit, instead of him just saying he frustrated, he slapped the shit out the teacher.
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah, and if they cut funding, they was cutting funding then. So just imagine if they cut funding now with the big bill. Imagine
Mhm.
what that's going to do. You already see what these teachers are going through.
Right.
One of these teachers gonna end up mollywopping the shit out these kids, and I ain't even. I'm here for it because
I
y'all
mean,
did
they've been
this.
doing that.
Because y'all did this.
They've been doing that. Yeah. Them teachers, like, it's a lot to be in some of these professions. You know?
It's a lot, but as a person in this field, um, you know what end up happening? You get somebody who went to school for sports medicine, but you tell him you will give him a tax credit of like $3,500 or whatever they do to do like 2 or 3 semesters at a middle school or a high school. This nigga has no idea how to deal with that.
Yeah.
Then you expect him to deal with somebody that wants to punch him in the face. I'm gonna punch him right back. I'm not. I don't want to be a math teacher.
Right.
But you're telling me I'm gonna get all these tax breaks and all, you know what I'm saying, and all of these and get some of this debt knocked off if I do this.
Right.
But I'm not willing to deal with what they, you know what I'm saying, what real teachers actually have to deal with. Don't get it twisted. It's been bad kids since day one. But the teachers who want to be teachers know how to deal with it, or they have the wherewithal inside of them that know how to adapt to it. You can't do that to somebody who went to school to be an engineer, but now he's got to spend 3 years and teaching 10th grade history. He's gonna end up
Mhm.
beating the shit out of one of y'all.
Right. Right. And there, I mean, like, the whole thing is just messed up because you got these kids who ain't really getting disciplined, and they having more and more restrictions on how you discipline them in school, so they just pretty much doing whatever. And then don't let it be something they don't care about. You know, it's just a whole messed up situation altogether.
Yeah,
You know, and then you're cutting funding left and right.
and you're cutting funding. And this is what I understand. This is why I don't get why you have all of these filibusters and all of these billionaires who don't think, first of all, to be a tax write off for you, but y'all don't think Public school education is good. How do you think you're going to get the workers, and how you think you're going to get a good working format with staff if you're not making sure that, you know what I'm saying, the education is there? Um, it baffles my mind how much they don't even try to invest in trades anymore. I
Yeah.
used to think Killer Mike was tripping because I didn't want to do that shit when I was in high school. But now that I got older, I'm like, you know what? A lot of my guys um, that was actually a part of those trades, especially if they went to Metro Tech. A lot of my guys that are good guys are mechanics, nurses, X-ray technicians. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, like trade is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Contractors. I got five of my dudes right now are like licensed contractors,
Hmm.
and they
It
went to
seems
the
like
field
it
and
seems
they
like
came out because they
nowadays.
still had that education. They came out and still made money.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, trade schools are important, y'all,
Yeah.
but they're cutting they cutting funding, and it's just detrimental. You're raising a bunch of people that can't do nothing but be mad at each other because they can't move forward. College ain't meant for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to be a doctor. Everybody's not going to be a lawyer. Everybody's not going to be a professor. But you know what? Half of these people could be plumbers. Half of these people could be electricians. But y'all cutting this shit.
Right.
And then you're
Right.
gonna turn around and make a nigga pay $100,000 to learn it but only paying him after taxes $28,000 a year. That you're raising menaces.
Hmm. Right. Right. And it just seems like nowadays you just gotta have some type of trade. Like you gotta have some type of hustle. You can't just like those days of working a job, the same job for 35, 40 years and retiring, those type of jobs are gone. You know what I mean?
You know, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. And I mean, like you can't just make it off of one check. You gotta have multiple streams of income, you know?
It's so funny how as you get older, you learn certain things or you see certain things that you be like, oh, that's why. I remember in my 20s, um, my mother had a daycare, so we would have like state representative, not state representative, but we have like state come in and like they do a evaluation and all of these things. I ended up getting cool with one of those ladies, um, and that lady had like 4 or 5 businesses. Now she was a part of state, so she was getting good money at the time. She was getting good money,
Hmm.
but she had like tailoring business. She also had like a on the weekends she would she made food. She sold at the swap shop. She sold like ornaments and like bed sheets. Like I was like, why this lady do so much? And now that I'm getting older, I realized like, nah, cause she knew back then you can't just have one month. I don't give a fuck how much that job paying. That job could fire you tomorrow.
Yeah,
You gotta keep it moving.
right. And the rent don't care what circumstance happened to where you no longer don't have your income. The rent still got to get paid. You
I used to be like,
understand?
God damn, I was waking up. I'm like, this. Oh shit, I almost said too much. I was like, yeah, but that lady did a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Shoot. Growing up, my mom had multiple jobs, and my mama was a college graduate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it be like that.
So was she. She was a college graduate, was trying to get her doctorate.
Yeah,
She been that now she's retired, so I'm pretty sure she got it.
yeah. And then when you speaking of funding or whatnot, there's people that are trying, you know, to get certain things, and the funding is getting cut for that. Like I have a friend. Excuse me. I have a friend that knows somebody that is on their last semester, I want to say, of getting their doctorate. And the funding that was helping her pay for it got cut.
Mm-hmm.
And she pretty much doesn't know how she's going to finish. And that's sad. And this is a black woman. And that's a very small percentage of people that's going to get their doctorate.
What is she getting her doctorate in?
I don't remember.
If it's anywhere in the education field, um, I would say this. I would, and she might not want to do it, especially if she's somewhere where she's comfortable. I would tell her to look for jobs around the USA, because some jobs that do this, they will. I had a one of the bosses I had for a couple of years. He worked for the company that I worked for just because they were paying for his doctorate, and they were also paying for his rent and to be there.
Oh, wow.
So it's certain programs you can get in. He happened to be a part of that. He ended up, and then he transferred it to Kansas, because that's where he stays now. But he ended up getting all of his funding paid for, and they paid for room and board while he was getting his doctorate. So he was getting a check, and then
Yeah,
he was also getting funding that he doesn't have to pay back. He just had to work for a company for a certain amount of years.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's an awesome program to be in. Yeah, I'm not sure what she's getting her doctorate in, but yeah, but I had heard that story and I was just like, damn, that's horrible. That's horrible. Could you imagine?
Man,
Yeah, you at the end, you about to cross the finish line, and this situation pops up.
and
But
but that's what happens. It's just, America. I don't know if I think this is something that people say, but that y'all don't believe. But I'm these two people that are y'all are watching and listening to now. You have to understand that we work 10 times harder than everybody else to even get the positions that we have. So
man,
just imagine us having to do that, and then always having to start back from square one. That's what y'all gonna have to start doing now,
yeah,
because that's what we've been doing our whole life. We've been doing that. We've been working harder than everybody else, and we've been doing what we're doing. And as soon as we get somewhere, they knock us back down to number one, and we have to work our way back up.
yep, yep, yeah. It's annoying to say the least.
Yeah,
So, but I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sure you would definitely keep us abreast of the big beautiful bill, especially once you complete reading it, because that's a feat in itself.
yeah. I'm trying. Like, listen, I'm trying, y'all. And I like I said, I'm trying my best to be biased on it. Excuse me, not be biased on it. Just because you're gonna have these people that's gonna always talk about these key elements, and you're gonna have these people that are always gonna talk about these negative things. I just want to be able to tell you guys the truth, and what I honest to God think is, everybody that is listening to me, this should be your wake up call to not only start getting multiple streams of income, but to make sure that you are not relying on certain things. If you are somebody right now that is relying off of Medicaid, and you don't have someone in your household that is actually bringing in income, this is going to be your time to actually either get a part-time job or educate yourself. And there's so many ways to get educated to do more things. Some of these educations are free. For my people in the Kansas City area, I would advise you to jump on to FEC. I don't care if you are 15 or 52. They have programs that you can jump into. You have to learn that they're going to start cutting funding if you think you're going to live off America. America don't love you.
Oh no, 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 no! And that's one of the main things that they've been talking about. That if you are of able body, you're not going to be able to get the resources that you once depended on
Yeah,
longer, you know.
And that's not me being biased. This is me being 100% truthful to y'all.
Mhm.
It is going to a point where America, and I get it. It's America is like the daddy who owes a bookie. I'm not buying those goddamn shoes. If I buy those shoes, the bookie about to run up on me and tell me where my motherfucking money at.
Yeah.
I'm about to buy those shoes no more for you. Figure it out, nigga. Get an ice cream route. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of my face. This is what America is telling you.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
You know,
Pretty.
it's just like the nigga who he owe you $200 and then he post on Instagram going to Eddie V's. You know that's a $300 bill, nigga. Hold up, steak. Nah, you not about to keep having steak on me, nigga.
Yeah.
This is what America is telling you. America is telling you you better get it out of here. And I hate to say it like that because and don't give anybody that's an entrepreneur. Do not think I'm shooting you down or telling you what you're doing is wrong. What I'm saying is everybody can't be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. And that's true too.
So if you are an entrepreneur and you've been an entrepreneur for a couple of years now, if that's what you want to do, you need to actually realize what you accomplish. If you're an entrepreneur and you've been an entrepreneur for a couple of years and you are still not where you want to be, you need to up your game up. You need to learn how to not only be an entrepreneur but do things that are going to actually have sustainable income every week or bi-weekly. I'm not telling you to stop being an entrepreneur, but what I'm telling you is if you've been an entrepreneur for 5 years and you haven't and 1 year you haven't made at least a sustainable living, you need to learn how to do something where that money is consistent to help you with your entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like I said, I'm not downplaying y'all, but I know niggas that been entrepreneurs for 20 years and they still can't get out their mama basement. And I'm not saying you can't be an entrepreneur. You just need you need something consistent to help you be that entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying stop. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people will listen to what I'm saying and be like, oh, you just want me to work for the man. I ain't telling you that. But I'm telling you, get something consistent to help you be an entrepreneur. And I promise you, when you discipline yourself, you'll be a better individual. And I can only say that from experience. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur now. And the only thing that is helping me is I have sustainable income.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. We gotta grind and figure out a way to make that hustle pop to where that is your main income. But you can't come out the gate with that being your main income,
Yeah.
especially when you
That's the
ain't putting in that
downfall.
work. Yeah.
And America is showing you that that's not going to work.
Yeah. That is most definitely true.
It
Yeah.
used to be true. You can live off your credit, but you know, credit don't mean nothing no more now. You know why credit
Yeah.
don't mean nothing no more, y'all? It's because America owed too many people. So you think it's cool,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, if you pay attention to in 2009, if you got a $250,000 loan, what that interest rate was, and now get a $250 loan now, which is probably the equivalent of how, especially how real estate is going. You get a $250,000 loan now, and it's probably the equivalent of 125,000.
Yeah.
But the interest rate is way higher.
Yeah. You can be paying 3 times that back.
So you got to think about you got to think about that. Don't jump out here blindly. Don't listen to some random person that tells you this is how I started. Because a lot of times y'all listen to people and y'all be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it because he did it. He started that shit in 2009. It is 2025. That same idea doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I want to give y'all that heads up, especially with this big, beautiful bill that has been passed. It is some good things in there. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be one of those people. Again, those people with tips, to a standpoint, I think it's 24,000. Yeah, I think that's amazing, but you have to at the same time you say that you have to understand how inflation works. They're gonna get that shit from somewhere.
Yeah.
What that nigga say? I'm leaving out with something.
Right. Right.
They gonna give you that, but they gonna leave out with something.
Yep. They gonna get it on the front end or the back end, but
Yeah,
they getting it. They
I'm
getting
a
it.
person that like overtime. I know. Oh, you can't you're not taxing my overtime up to 12,500. Okay, that's cool. But I know, I like I like ribeyes. My ribeyes usually, if I get them in a good price, between $16 to $21. Shit's probably gonna end up being $19 to $27 now.
Mm,
'Cause I ain't taxing my overtime.
yeah.
You got to think about it. You got to think about the long run issues.
Yeah.
So you got to learn. And when they tell you live below your means, millionaires ain't lying to you. It be the billionaires that tell you live it up because they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Listen to those millionaires that say, "Oh no, start living below your means. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't
Yeah.
care what your kids talking about. Today is spaghetti. Well,
Right.
tomorrow, yesterday it was spaghetti. It's spaghetti today, nigga.
Hmm. Yeah.
Learn it.
You wonder why you see a lot of people um that are millionaires and stuff like that. They don't look like what you would think a millionaire would look like, but then the ones that be the brokest are the ones that look like they got all the money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
So,
it's a big difference with a first time millionaire and a multi millionaire.
mhm.
A multi millionaire ain't you probably you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
He'll give you the game for free, but you ain't even gonna talk to him because he ain't got no Gucci necklace on.
Hmm.
You gonna
Yep.
talk to that nigga and he gonna scam you out his money. Or excuse
Hmm.
me, scam you out your money. Because he's a millionaire, you think, but he's a first time millionaire. He ain't a nigga that made his first million and then realized this is one thing. This is how I knew I was always protected to be dope. When I made my first $1,000, I didn't go splurge it. My nigga was like, "Hey man, go buy you something." I said, "Nah, I want to see what $2,000 look like."
Hmm.
He's like, "Man, you a different type of nigga. I'll never forget. I can call that nigga to this day because I love that nigga to this death and he's my sister's baby daddy. But he'll be like, nah, Lil Lily was different.
Yeah.
Lil Lily said, nah, shit. If I can make this, then I can make this. Then I can make this. Then I can make this. I always been on some. Why would I burn it when I could just make more of it? I
Yeah.
can use this money to make more money. I was on that type. He to this day he tell me like shit, bro. You just like to work a job now because nigga, you should have been in like real estate because you'll just stack equity on top of equity.
Mm.
And I was like, you know what? I'll think about that. I just don't want tenants.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And you have to deal with all that. That
Yeah,
is, yeah. That could be a con.
but I might have to go into it because he last time I talked to him he was like, bro, you just nah, you not one of those. You not doing it for everybody else. You actually doing it to like make something happen for real.
Hmm. Yeah. Definitely something to think about. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
But that's the big beautiful bill, y'all.
Right. With a couple lefts in there.
With a couple left. Spend it how you want.
You know?
Love it. If you don't love it, hey, listen, I tell you like I tell everybody on this show, my favorite line is, hey man, argue with your mama, not me.
Yeah. If you can argue with your mama, because some mamas don't allow that shit.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I don't have any final thoughts. So Jerry's final thought, take it away.
Cool. My Jerry's final thought is this. This probably be left wing. Y'all probably be like, what is he talking about? We are way too over sexualized, y'all. My final thought is um, we need to get back to some type of moral code where we know what we think is beauty and we know what we think is handsomeness, and we can put it in an area where we deem it's us and it's not a niche. And the reason why I say this is because the other day I was on Instagram and I watched a paraplegic um, be in lingerie and oil up her nub ass leg. And I said, who the fuck is watching it? And that motherfucker had 169,000 views. Y'all are over sexualized. Why in the fuck are y'all sexualizing a lady? Um, and not to say that this lady is not because somebody will love her how they supposed to love her, and I get that 100%. But don't over sexualize a lady who is going through the same thing that grandma was going through in Soul Food. Got her goddamn leg chopped the fuck off. What the fuck are we doing, y'all? You niggas are getting sexualized by a bitch rubbing a nub? Are y'all out of your rabbit? Does God not look at us? Do y'all not think that God looks at us? Please get this together. And it ain't even man, it's some of y'all women too. I read those comments. Y'all are over sexualized. Jesus
What
Christ.
was the comment saying?
Oh my God. It was some funny ones, but it was some wild ones too. It was some ones like, hey, a motherfucker said, I just want to be that sleeve so I can feel, you know what I'm saying? So I can be so I can look at the top of your pussy lips. I said, what in the world is wrong with these guys? What in the world is like, listen, y'all. I love y'all to death. I love every human imaginable that is doing the right thing. But we are way too over sexualized right now. We're doing way too much. Anytime you want to be the sleeve of a paraplegic's leg so you can stare up at her pussy lips means y'all don't even go outside and speak to women. Because you wouldn't say that out loud, my guy.
Oh, geez.
Jesus. And again, the lady was not a bad looking lady. It's the fact that you have to wear lingerie and show off how you put on your. First of all, I know people that have lost their. I ain't never seen nobody oil their leg up that much. It was purely because you wanted that type of attention. And that's why I understand we're over sex. We need to stop that, man. God did not create us for everybody. He created us for somebody to, and we have lost that.
So, question. Was it baby oil?
You know what it was. You know what it was.
Hey, I had to. I had to
You know
ask.
exactly what it was. What's up, Beckerman? You showed up at the right moment. We about to head out, but yes, that was my final thought. I just think we need to dial it down. But I think it's gotten to a point where anything goes. And the reason why I say this is because it's a very slippery slope that we're going down. Where eventually certain things are going to be the norm, and that should not be the case. And the reason why I say this is because sometimes, as we've seen, certain levels of debauchery or it's not only morally wrong, but you're going to make a victim out of it. And so we don't want to do that. And for the guy that made that comment, may God have mercy on your soul, because you are starving, my brother. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for Jerry's final thought. And yeah, this was episode 166 of the Ish We Talk. And we will see you guys for episode 167. Bye.
Exactly.